a dose of quotes from Mark Twain. Never knew before what eternity was made for. It is to give some of us a chance to learn German. When I was young, I could remember anything, whether it had happened or not. The fact is, the king was a good deal more than a king. He was a man, and when a man is a man, you can't knock it out of him. If you don't know how to pronounce a word, say it loudly. Do not compound mispronunciation inaudibility. I am only human, although I regret it. I believe I have no prejudices whatsoever. All I need to know is that a man is a member of the human race. That's bad enough for me. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. Often, the less there is to justify a traditional custom, the harder it is to get rid of it. She kept up her compliments, and I kept up my determination to deserve them or die. But that is the way we are made. We don't reason where we feel, we just feel. Each place has its own advantages, heaven for the climate and hell for the society. I have too much respect for the truth to drag it out on every trifling occasion. I saw a sterling sight today, a politician with his hands in his own pockets. I was seldom able to see an opportunity until it ceased to be one. Everybody lies. Every day, every hour, awake, asleep, in his dreams, in his joy, in his mourning. If he keeps his tongue still, his hands, his feet, his eyes, his attitude will convey deception. There is no distinctly Native American criminal class save Congress. Let us consider that we are all insane. It will explain us to each other. It will unriddle many riddles. Always read stuff that will make you look good if you die in the middle of it. The weakest of all weak things is a virtue which has not been tested in the fire. I haven't a particular of confidence in a man who has no redeeming pity-wise whatsoever. Conformity, the natural instinct to passively yield to that evokes something recognized as authority. A newspaper is not just for reporting the news as it is, but to make people mad enough to do something about it. When the end of the world comes, I want to be in Cincinnati because it's always 20 years behind the times. Sail away from the safe harbor. Catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. I know your race. It is made up of ships. It is governed by minorities, seldom or never by majorities. It suppresses its feelings and its beliefs and follows the handful that makes the most noise. It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubts. Apparently, there is nothing that cannot happen today. The size of misfortune is not determined by an outsider's measures of it, but only by the measures applied to it by the person specifically affected by it. It is easier to fool the people than to convince them they have been fooled. no one's life, liberty, and property are safe while the legislature is in session. Laws control the lesser man, right conduct controls the greater. It was a dreadful thing to see human beings can be awful cruel to one another. It don't make no difference whether you do right or wrong. A person's conscience ain't got no sense and just goes for him anyway. It is my belief that nearly any invented quotation played with confidence stands a good chance to deceive. Advertisements contain the only truth to be relied on in a newspaper. I like a good story well told. That is the reason I am sometimes forced to tell them myself. But it seems to be a law of human constitution that those that deserve shall not have, and those that do not deserve shall get everything that is worth having. Man never creates, he only recombines the lines and colors of his own existence. If I were to construct a god, I would furnish him with some way and qualities and characteristics which the present lacks. Cheer up, the worst is yet to come. Do the right thing, it will gratify some people and astonish the rest. I have been on the verge of being an angel of my life, but it's never happened yet. Sing like no one is listening, love like you never been heard, dance like no one is watching, and live like it is heaven on earth. Buy land, they are not making it anymore. A sound heart is a surer guide than an ill-trained consciousness. The frankest and freest product of the human mind and heart is a love letter. The world is made wrong. Kings should go to school to their own laws at times, and so learn mercy. Additional problems are the offspring of poor solutions. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Don't explain your author, read him right and he explains himself. You cannot surprise an individual more than twice with the same marvel. I would rather decline 2 drinks than 1 German adjective.